What is going on? Welcome to Rue's Reviews, where we keep it for real, for real. I am Rue, aka the Culture Black Kid,
I'm Ifoma, aka Iffy.
and today we are going to review the latest and debut solo project from Lisa called Alter Ego. They are one of the many members of Blackpink who the group has kind of been doing a solo run recently. Rosie's released a couple months ago, the end of last year. We got Jennie coming next as of the song from Doechii that was
Yeah.
released not too long ago. But yeah, we're talking about the Lisa project. Biggest release of the week, pretty much. So we got to touch on it, and best believe we got some thoughts. So let's kick it off with our initial thoughts. Iffy.
Yes. Okay, so Alter Ego definitely serves its purpose. I guess Lisa's trying to show the world that she has this alter ego and she can kind of move away from that good girl image that she's, shown the world, and that she can be a vixen and produce music that you typically wouldn't expect from her. But TBH, it's just not for me. And I'm gonna try and save a lot of my thoughts for the discussion because I have a lot of them. But it is a solid album, with crazy names attached to it as well. But I kindly have to say that I just don't think that I am the main consumer for this.
Yeah. I have to agree. Now, before I get into the initial thoughts, I am not very initiated on Blackpink too much. This is actually apart from listening to the Rosie Project, I haven't actually listened to any Blackpink, to be
Yeah.
honest. So this is actually my entry point into Lisa as a character, as a person. So I'm not I don't know about that other side of her. So yeah, coming into that, I took it at face value.
Yeah.
And whilst there are a couple whilst there are a couple fun moments here and there, I also agree that this was not for me. I don't think that I am the audience, but at the same time, trying to look from an objective lens, I just don't think overall this is a very great project. In general, feels very, very all over the place, but we'll definitely get into the reasons why.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, let's start with some pros. Let's be nice. Iffy, would you like to start? Do you have any pros?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
The features.
Okay.
It kind of saved the album for me just a little bit. And I'm
Okay.
sorry. Please, no one hate me. No one hate on me. But I'm going to be real, okay? I'm
Yeah.
going to speak honestly. I feel like the names that she has on this project is pretty, they're insane. She had Doja Cat, she had Ray, she had Future, Megan Thee Stallion, Tyler, and that Ray verse on Born Again, it was 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
But it got me.
Yeah.
I had high hopes.
Okay.
I liked the feature. I loved the Future one as well. I really liked that song. I think it was F Up the World.
Yep.
The beat was tasteful. And I feel like it got me to understand what Lisa is about and what she's trying to fit into.
Okay.
So I liked that song. I liked a few, but that's all I got. That's all I got. Sorry.
Okay. So based on what you said, you like Born Again.
Yeah.
And then you like
Born Again.
You don't like Born Again. You like Ray on Born Again.
The 30
Okay.
seconds. I'm sorry.
Okay. You didn't like Doja's verse?
No.
Okay. I have heard better Doja features. I will say. Okay. And then you liked F Up the World.
Yeah.
Is that it? I'm
Oh,
trying to.
I also liked Lifestyle was really great as well. I think that'd
Okay.
be my favorite song on the album, just because the Sonics and the flow was really great, and I really liked the chorus. It reeled me in a lot. Really fun.
Of
And,
Lifestyle? Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that one, and it was different from the album. Tasteful one too, but yeah, and the Tyler one. Why am I
Tyler
forgetting? I like the Tyler one
Okay.
a lot too.
Okay.
But I think those tracks, for me, the ones with features, the features saved it, and then Lifestyle, that was just essentially a great song to me. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I do agree. Seeing as you mentioned Lifestyle last, I think Lifestyle was a fun listen.
Yeah.
I think it's just stupid fun.
Yes.
It's just like I was making jokes about chucking a hack to it. Like, and yeah, it was just do, do, do,
Yes.
do, do, do. And I'm like, okay, you know, if you're in the right mood,
Exactly.
it will be fun. I don't mind Born Again. I've listened to it a few times, playing it on radio, and it's not crazy. It's very by the numbers pop, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Like, there are definitely worse things I could listen to.
Sure.
And I don't mind Dream. I think Dream is a nice closer. I think it's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not crazy. Songwriting is not, the best,
Yeah.
but at the same time, again, I don't mind it. It's a nice closer. It's a
Yeah.
nice closer. And to be honest, and I think this might transition a little bit into the cons, but still, as my final things for the pros, I think that the solo versions of
Oh,
F Up the World and
really?
Rapunzel were better than the ones with the features.
Really? Rapunzel, I would agree with the solo. F Up the World, I really liked Future's verse.
Actually, sorry, let me correct what I said. I didn't mean the solo versions are better. I think her verses that fit
Oh.
where Future and where Meg were better than majority of what she wrote
Yeah.
on the whole project.
Yeah. I
Like,
agree with that.
I was like, yeah. Anyway, I'll get into the cons. I guess I'll kick it off, seeing as
Yeah, please do.
I'm going. So, yeah, the songwriting is,
Ugh.
especially the rapping,
Ugh.
is painfully
Very,
average.
very.
Again, I am uninitiated to Lisa. I have never listened to any Blackpink songs, but based on how huge their fandom is and how popular they are, just in general, I know that I'm sure, not I know, I'm sure that she can write better than this and perform better
Yeah.
than this. So, or maybe that's not the case, and this solo album maybe exposed her for
Yeah.
what happens when she gets put solo. Also, side note, that Rosie project, I was not also the biggest fan. It felt very plain. So I'm kind of 0 for 2 for these solo projects, but again, we'll see. That to the side. Yeah, the songwriting, not great, and the rapping.
Don't.
As a
like-
rapper myself, it felt like she was just rapping about a whole bunch of nothing. Like, it wasn't going anywhere. Like, she
Yeah.
wasn't saying anything that was, again, and I want to make sure I'm clear, and I'll keep saying this, no matter who we're talking about or the review, rap, like, it doesn't have to be lyrical miracle, it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be conscious for it to be
Yeah.
interesting, but can we throw in a punchline that
Yeah.
actually is interesting? Can
Yeah.
we feel like we're actually talking about
rhythm
something?
and poetry. I feel like
Yeah.
people forget that's what rap is.
Yeah.
So
So, that, to be more specific with songs, F Up the World and Rapunzel are big examples of that. I have never been more relieved to hear a Future feature
yeah.
in my life. And that's not saying I don't like Future. I do like Future, but Future, like, it's a Future beat.
it was a- yeah.
She should be nowhere near
Yeah.
that.
That was so funny today.
Who, me? Oh, when I'm actually being, yeah, okay. And this is me not being mean. I'm trying to be as nice in my cons as possible. Rapunzel, I wrote sounds like 2012 Chitty Bang meets 2016 TK Madza, but then waters it down from what made those people
Yeah.
great at the time. Yeah, no, I didn't write it down, but there was a whole bunch of hooks that were very chanty that felt very gimmicky.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down, so I didn't specify. Just a whole bunch of tracks felt outdated in general. Again, F Up the World feels like mid 2010s
Literally,
trap. Rapunzel, that's also mid 2010s. Again, it feels like what a lot of pop artists do that aren't doing it great. They just pick and choose, and then they throw it all together and expect
Yeah.
it to be an album,
Yeah.
but it's not cohesive. It makes zero sense. It's like, do you want me to expect that, you're super, like, do you want me to follow in the super sexual lane, or do you want me to follow in the, screw everyone, I'm getting money, I'm getting my bag,
Yeah.
or do you want me to go in the personal, genuine,
Yeah.
and it's
you
not
gotta
saying,
pick something.
exactly, and it's not saying that you can't talk about all those topics, but then when you throw on beats, that's like, okay, you go 70s here, you go trap here, you
Yeah.
go, I'm a piano try here, like,
It's too much.
yeah. So yeah, it did it. Basically the project didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I'm gonna start with my cons, and I had a lot. First things first, I'm kind of gonna be like re-spewing what Rue said, and then adding a little bit more.
Yeah.
The album sounds like she's trying to tap into this like sound that she just does not resonate with at all. And then it makes it gimmicky, like 110%. And as Rue said, like I'm also not familiar with Lisa's former solo work and also kind of Blackpink. There were a few songs from Blackpink that I'd be like, okay.
Yep.
And I enjoyed them. So for me, like the weird 180 that she's kind of done is just so weird.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, this is, I don't want to make this deep, but I don't like when artists tap into black aesthetics as a form of like
Okay.
rebellion.
Okay.
Like I feel like that's what she's doing. And
Which song specifically?
so literally in F Up the World,
Okay.
she's like, they don't want the old Lisa, or they want the old Lisa, listen to my old shiz. And I'm
Yep.
just like,
Jay-Z reference.
yeah.
those who
And I'm
don't know.
like, the thing is, you've never really, once again, I can't really speak on it because I don't know her old stuff too well, but like, it's just, it's weird. And you can, I guess, all the elements in this album, as you said, I'm a piano with different kind of like hip hop melodies and like forms of rap and hip hop. Like it's when you've never done that before, you're using that as your alter ego. Step away, stop it. And like I want the old Lisa back too. If you're gonna act like this, I'm sorry, I don't like it. Yeah, it wasn't for me. And then also I have one song that I actually like I have qualms with.
Yeah.
And it was a standout for the wrong reasons, and it's New Woman with Rosalia.
Okay.
And like I have to speak my truth, that song is all over the place.
Okay.
It's everywhere, and it's especially when Rosalia first jumps in.
When the beat switches up.
Yeah, and like I don't know, for me, I was like, no, my brain was going in circles. It was warped. It was too much. I didn't like it, so that one stood out for very terrible reasons. But yeah, didn't like. It just doesn't resonate with me, and not because like I don't even like it, but because like I feel like she doesn't even like it. Like I feel like
Like Lisa or Rosalia?
Lisa, like the like
Oh,
project
right.
in general, like
Like it was trying to fit a square square peg into a round hole.
like
Yeah.
for me, obviously, like people write each other's songs, but like you can tell she didn't write a lick of any of this, and was kind of just like, here are the lyrics, say it like this, and yeah,
Okay.
didn't like it.
Yeah. No, and that's fair. And yeah, the switch up is kind of weird. I don't think it's the worst thing, but it did kind of feel a little weird in the moment. To bring it back to again, F Up the World. And I just want to make sure as well, just to shoot you some bail so people don't misconstrue you, that you're not saying that people who aren't black can't rap and talk about stuff.
Yes.
It's just that again, it feels forced. I feel like that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
It feels forced. Again, we're not the foremost people who can speak about Blackpink and the history and blah 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 blah. But again, from a face value, it's like this doesn't feel genuine.
Yeah.
Like I can tell that this doesn't feel genuine. I can
Yeah.
tell that a lot of this doesn't feel genuine.
Yeah.
And if I am someone who has never heard of Lisa prior or heard her music prior, this doesn't make me want to go back and listen to whatever Blackpink is, whatever that old stuff is, because like, and again, I know, like I've heard so much praise about how big Blackpink is in the Korean pop scene, but yeah, I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, but anyway, let's move on to our final rating. I feel like it's going to be similar, but if you aren't sure, the rating system is: are you here for this? Does it depend on the day, or are you feeling iffy about it? I'll kick it off. I'm feeling iffy about it. Yeah, no, it started fine, but the more times I listened to this, the more frustrated I got with the project when I was actually like properly listening, and I'm like, no, okay. So, but I don't know. I despite, what I just said like 3 minutes ago, I do want to go do my homework with Blackpink, and I do want to go listen, and again, find what makes them great. But unfortunately, yeah, no, for this, I'm feeling iffy about it.
Yeah, I am the same. I'm feeling very iffy about it. And like, this album was my first proper introduction to Lisa, as a solo artist. And I don't know if I want to meet her again. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I want to see her again.
Yeah.
Like it is a solid album, and there are people that will consume that, and she has fans most definitely. But it's just like not the type of genre even, or like I guess the sound, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, as I said,
Because
people
there's too
love
many
this.
sounds.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's too many. Pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'll reiterate, I couldn't hear the heart in the music, or even the fact that she likes what she's doing, and like I don't want to. I'm gonna say this nicely. Like, it just sounded like a weird cash grab, even though I know Mama's rich, but it sounded like that.
I get you.
And or like, to put it in a better way, like it sounded like a project just to get people talking specifically about how she's changed or her alter ego or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not an album I'll start rolling my eyes at if it plays, but like I am not going to be putting this on willingly.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, no, I agree for the most part with that. But do you agree? Are you here for this? Are you feeling iffy about it? Let us know. Lisa, Alter Ego. I am Ru, aka the Culture Black Kid.
I'm Informer, aka Iffy.
And this is Ru's Reviews, where we keep it for real, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.